fielder Michelle Lavanino, pitcher Olivia Galati, head coach Bill Edwards, and coach, when you're ready, we'll ask for your opening statement, please.
Excuse me. I don't know about you, but that was one of the best games I've ever been involved in. Whether or not it's a super regional or a weekday game or a weekend game or conference game, non-conference game, it just happens that the importance of the super regional really put even more credibility to that game. That was just a well-played game by both teams, both pitchers, and his relief pitcher were absolutely tremendous, hitting great spots. And I knew it was going to come down to one player, one situation, getting the one hit that you have to have. When you have games like this, it has nothing to do with how many hits you get or the situations going on during the course of the game. It has to do with the timing of when everything happens. And, you know, we were fortunate in that last inning to have a couple things happen our way. Lava gets a big hit, but DJ, who came off the bench, started the whole thing with a single to left field. And then after that single to left field, a couple of things happened during the course of the inning, which provided Lava the opportunity to get that big hit. And it was great to see Lava get the hit. You know, we've been saying all year long that we do it 1 through 9, and we have people come off the bench and deliver the hit, and we did it with 10, with DJ starting the whole thing. So it's been a great ride, and somehow a lot of things that have gone on this winning streak and everything has been successful for us. I'm very, very happy and pleased with.
Thank you, Coach. We'll ask now that we start with questions exclusively for the student athletes. Please specify which athlete you would like to answer the question when you ask it.
Yeah, question for Olivia. Just want to ask you about the pitching matchup, just with two of the pitchers, best pitchers in the country going head-to-head, and just if that motivated even more going into the game.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Just because there was even extra motivation because of the two pitchers going head-to-head for us.
Yeah, especially where we are in the season right now, we know that any pitcher we're going to come up against is going to be a great pitcher. So we knew that we just had a battle, but of course, just being in the Super Regionals alone is definitely going to motivate my teammates and I.
Michelle, take us through what was the feeling in the dugout? All these opportunities and couldn't convert until you finally did.
You know, we had runners in scoring position all throughout the game, and we were just waiting for that timely hit. And, you know, I was lucky enough to be in the position with DJ getting us started to have the opportunity to get that RBI that, you know, got us ahead. And I couldn't be more proud of how our team fought today and really battled through it to get us the win.
Michelle, what was the pitch that you hit?
She threw me a backdoor curve.
Had you seen that before in the count?
She was throwing me all inside that entire count, so I was expecting it. That's where I was really looking while continuing to look white to white in case she threw me outside on that at bat with 2 strikes.
Olivia, did you get fatigued at all down the stretch there?
Mentally, I didn't feel like I got fatigued. Whether I showed it physically or not, I was not going to let up, and I was not going to give up on my teammates. So mentally, I think is what pulled me through this game today.
One of the things that we were worried about early was that Olivia didn't get any midweek throwing it because we're traveling all over the world here, you know. And we were very concerned about the first couple innings. And you can see where when you have good pitchers that are slowly becoming great pitchers, they don't have to strike out double-digit numbers to get, you know, outs and to keep hitters in the ballpark. And she had good stuff today. She didn't have a great stuff. She didn't have her swing and miss stuff, but she had good enough stuff to make him hit the routine outs that we were able to get. And it's a credit to her the way that she battles all the time.
Any further questions for the Hofstra student athletes? Ladies, we'll let you go. Thank you very much. Any further questions for Coach Edwards?
Coach, what made you feel like DJ was due? I understand she hadn't had a hit in a while.
You know, DJ was an all-conference player last year, and she started off last year as a pinch hitter, so she's familiar with that role. And then she was hitting the ball so well last year as a pinch hitter, she became our DP and then played some outfield for us. So she has it, and you never give up on an athlete, particularly a competitive athlete. And I kept telling the kids, you know, DJ said, keep working, you're going to get your opportunity, you're going to get your shot. In fact, all of our kids, you know, that eventually it's going to come. And when, you know, Tripp had a little knee problems there, I went to her, a big smile on her face, and she knew this was it. And we've been working on a few things the last couple of weeks in practice with her balance and staying inside of herself rather than bailing out, which is what she's been doing. And she really had a great at bat time before that. And then when she got the hit, she had a great swing and a good pitch. So I was really confident with her stepping in there because I knew she had been swinging very well in practice.
Coach, I know this time of year they can push through a lot, but just because Olivia threw 11 innings tonight, is there any concern about her coming back and throwing again in tomorrow afternoon for the second game?
What do you think?
Making sure.
Yeah, she's, we have trained her completely different than what we've done in the past. She'll go back now and go through a very rigorous, post-game, therapy and, stuff that we do, and she'll be ready to go tomorrow. And I'm hoping that today got her loose, because not throwing during midweek, when you're in that routine, athletes have to have routines. They have to constantly do the same thing. And she didn't get to throw, either Monday, Tuesday, or a little bit on Wednesday. So, getting her 130, 140 pitches today would be like a bullpen for her. So we're hoping that this was a bullpen for her and we can bring her back strong tomorrow. Although with the heat and everything, obviously there are other factors. But, she'll get after it.
Coach, you see DJ come in today, does well, walk, single. Is she in the starting lineup tomorrow, or is there any Trippy back?
We will check with Trippy to see how Trippy's feeling, and we'll check with DJ to see how DJ's doing, and we'll go from there. We have to make sure that Tripp is good enough to go and give us 100%. And if Tripp can't go, then we'll go with DJ. And I have total confidence in what she can do.
Anything further for Coach Edwards?
We beat a great softball team tonight. I mean, Kenny and I go way back, and we could tell stories all night long. And I tip my hat to Kenny, to his program, to the university, to this beautiful facility that he's built here. With the help of obviously South Florida, and it's a pleasure to play here. It's a pleasure to play Kenny. It's a pleasure to play such a well-coached team, because they are a good one.
Thank you, Coach.